It was a time where I had a man who was, oh, you can't have a Facebook, you can't have an Instagram. Everybody be flexing like, oh, I dropped out of school. Nah, man, we want the kids to go to school. It's a lot of kids just getting killed and just getting into the wrong shit because they think it's sweet. I'm really trying to show them you can go to school and still be that. You know, that bro and sister, oh my God, that's the key word for fake. The part I'm having a problem with is the being fake part.
Do you feel like you're a sex expert?
I think I'm good at it. Even if I was a hoe, why does it matter? You still gonna want to fuck.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. We have a very special guest here today. Pretty Brayah, what's up?
What up, though?
What? That's how you know you're from the D. What up, though? Like, how would you say the east side of Detroit was for you growing up?
The east side of Detroit was interesting. It was rough. I feel like it kind of like makes you become a tough person even if you're not, or it just like kind of molds you into becoming like a more aggressive person because like the east side is just like rough people, I feel like. But then again, I've never even lived on the west side to say, but I just know everybody I know from the west side is very much flashy, more conservative, you feel me? But the east side people are just more raunchy.
Yeah.
It kind of remind me of like, we always say we the cousins of Flint. People got their jokes about Flint too, but I feel like the most authentic people I've ever met, especially in the rap business, was from Flint. And that's how
Michigan?
Flint, Michigan.
Okay.
Yes. Like those were like the most genuine rappers I've ever met. And I feel like the same way about the east side rappers that I've met. The west side rappers cool too, but I just feel like I don't really relate to them as much. Like if you come from money and shit like that, I don't relate to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But like when I met like the Flint rappers, they kind of remind me of the east side.
Yeah, because they were painting a picture of what you kind of were living.
Yeah, it's like when I go to Flint and I be around my people in Flint, it just be like, oh yeah, okay. Like they show me their trenches and their hoods and shit, and I just be like not scared, not intimidated by their hoods, and I kind of some areas look worse than the east side of Detroit. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Like yeah, but so I would say like the east side is just basically more gritty to me, I feel like.
I mean, that's a good word. And the reason why I say that's a good word is because, you know, just getting to know your story, you know, I learned you were bullied at a young age, right? So
Yeah.
I guess aggressive kind of fits that east side. And so what I wanted to know is how did that change your perspective on people, you know, being bullied about your circumstance at a young age?
Listen up. So bullying is seriously not cool at all. It's like this big, mean cloud that hangs over someone's life and can totally mess things up for them later on. When kids go through all that bullying stuff, it can stick with them, you know. It's like those mean words and actions get stuck in their heads and their hearts, even when they grow up. Like imagine not feeling good enough or you don't feel like you fit in when you're just a kid. That shit is tough. And that feeling keeps on going. It can totally mess with how you see yourself and how you trust other people when you're older. It's like trying to build a sandcastle on a shaky ground. It's not easy. Everyone deserves to feel awesome and accepted for who they are, no matter what. And bullying can mess that up big time. So it's super important to be kind and uplift each other because we all deserve a shot at a happy life. But let's hear what Brayah has to say.
I didn't really understand it. I used to be like angry at my mom for a long time, just like thinking about it, like, you know, just like it was like I kind of put the blame on her a little bit. But I think the people, like, I don't feel no type of way now, but back then, like, you know, bullying is like, I don't know, like people don't know like what kind of impact they have on a kid, because I remember being like young and wanting like to die, you know, just off of just.
Can I read something to you? You know, I saw a girl tweeted this, and she said she only listened to you as opposed to other female rappers from Detroit. She said because she can relate to your music, she feels like you actually rap and illustrate the struggle and the come up being from Detroit versus everybody else who's rapping about things that they've never attained or they don't even have. So I think you putting it that way, it makes sense because people relate to you and they can feel that you're sincere about what you're saying, and Yeah, and what you're putting, the message that you're putting out there.
It's like I do pop my shit sometimes because as women and as rappers, that's what we do. But my focus is for people to relate to me and understand, like, I'm a real person. So when people read me, when people meet me, they're always like pleasantly surprised about my behavior and how I act, and I'm not bougie and uppity. But I've never came from money. Like, my entire family is banking on me to be successful with rap, and that's a lot of pressure for me.
When you speak to your family, do you express this to them? Like,
Yeah, but it's like they see my family see as much as everybody else on Instagram because I'm working and I'm on my come up, so I'm not really around my family. So they might think I'm rich, or they might think I have it, and then, like, especially my mom, like, she worked so hard. She was always like the dominant person in all of her relationships, and we would be dead ass broke. I used to be so mad at my mama because we be dead ass broke. She just sold the food stamps, so we really ain't got no food. And she's fucking taking the scrapes of food to feed other kids in the neighborhood who ain't got no food. I used to be so mad, like, Mom, we ain't even got no food. But she had that heart. And I feel like being raised by somebody like her is just amazing because it really taught me to just be humble and just be kind to people, because our blessings is gonna come. You feel me? And I feel like, but everybody just banking on me. It's just it's a lot of pressure, but I understand it because I'm the only person in my family of the statue or that got a status or got a name, popularity, and stuff like that. I got a couple people in my family who got money, but they ain't doing that for my mama, my people. So it's like I really go hard to please everybody. I'm trying to make my family happy, my fans happy. Like, it's just a lot.
yeah. I'm glad you spoke about your mom like that. Like my stepdad, for Father's Day, I called him and he told me he always dropping gems, and something he said on the phone was he said my secret weapon, or not secret, but he was like, my weapon is that I like to be of service to other people. So it sounds like your mom was similar. Like,
Yes, she always took everybody in, and the scrapes that she had. I remember when my mom, she used to get us free clothes from like the church and like the Salvation Army and stuff, and she would make sure, like, they used to give us like vouchers for clothes. She would get the vouchers and get it for other people and like other people's kids, like just in the neighborhood, and she just always try to share the little bit that she got. So yeah, I just come from a strong woman because she been through so much and she just tried so hard. Like, I can't wait until the day that she could just kick her feet back and just chill out, because she just been working hard my entire life, like just being my mom and my dad. Even
yeah, go ahead.
like even when she had like guys in her life, she was always like the dominant person. So she was taking care of everybody every time.
I feel like that's where you got the energy from, right?
Yeah, I'm not submissive at all. Like, and I think that has like negatively impact like my ability to have relationships with men, because I'm super headstrong like my mom. So it's like, I think my mom has the ability to be submissive, but me seeing her just be that nigga for real in every relationship, it's kind of like I feel like that. Like, I'm that nigga in every relationship, and you gotta let a man be a man and let a man be a leader. But it's just like, I want to be the leader. I want to be the person that's like, it never works. So I'm really trying to learn that as well, like to just bring that shit down. Cause like,
is that are those some of the things you talk about with your therapist? Like how to what do they call it? I don't want to say. I guess use the word submissive. Is that like how to be submissive to a man? Like,
no,
is that, you don't talk about that kind of stuff with your therapist?
No, we work on other things.
Okay. All right, well, let me pivot real quick. But staying on the same topic, I know, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if this information is true, but your your dad passed away, right?
Yeah, he was murdered.
Yeah, you rapped about it. You rapped about it, like, it was like what like how many years ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
In that record, how did that impact you growing up?
It's just like it's like sad, but it's like the typical story, especially coming from Detroit. It's like not a lot of, like, to have two parents in one house, especially still together, it's crazy. It's like, what? You got a daddy and a mama? Like, that's crazy. Like, to other races, it'd be like something real traumatic for them when their parents split apart. But to us, that's like normal.
Thing, yeah.
Like, it's actually like wow, your parents are together. Like that's
Wow.
really sad. But
Yeah.
when my father passed away, it's just kind of like another story. Like it's just like everybody's story though, especially we're in black communities, but especially from Detroit.
Yeah. Real quick, hearing you say um, about you not being submissive to men, because I remember you had a bar in that song where you said because your pops was away, you were searching for love in men.
Yeah.
So to hear you say that and then saying you're not submissive is kind of like I don't like. What do you mean you were searching for love?
Well, because that's not the same thing. Just because I was searching
Explain.
for love doesn't mean like I wanted like that father figure.
Okay.
But it's like that don't mean I was around here listening to niggas. Like I was searching for, because if my dad was around to teach me the right way, I wouldn't be trying to find love, like that missing piece in a man. But that doesn't mean I was around here being submissive to niggas like that. It has nothing to do. That there's no correlation with those two.
Do you
Do you
still
get
feel
it?
that way at this? I mean, I don't know. My pops wasn't there either. I've never met my dad. Actually, I think what like a week ago, my mom actually when I went back home to see my mom, she actually sat me down and she was like, "Yo, your dad reached out to me and said he wants to start a conversation." And I was like, "I'm good. I might regret it. I'm 24, so I might think about it in a couple of years and be like, no, but as for right now, I'm good." So to answer your question, I don't think I don't see it being a correlation, but I can see it because if your pops wasn't there, it's like you don't know what it's like to have that. I don't want to say manly love, but that kind of love.
But the
in
thing
your
is,
life.
I've I I'm not just super dominant. Like I submit. And a lot of times I've noticed like I got into like relationships very young, so this is my first time actually being single for real. So it was a time where I had a man who was, oh, you can't have a Facebook, you can't have an Instagram, you can't hang out with your friends. Like me and my sisters used to have to call me and be like, let's have a sleepover. That was a code for party. Let's go to a party. I used to have to pack clothes like I'm sneaking out. My mama let me go, but my nigga didn't. Mind you, I'm only fucking 16 or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I think on top of what I've been through in my life, it's just so many factors that just made me into who I am, and I'm just not submissive to guys. Like I don't know. I think a certain man can make you submissive though.
I mean, don't look at me. I don't.
I'm not looking at you. I'm just saying. I'm talking to you. I make eye contact.
I know the narrative. Ryan knows. People think I'm too fluid. They think I'm too comfortable with my sexuality. But this another heavy conversation. I really don't mean to keep bringing.
No,
up heavy
I don't know
conversation.
why. Like I'm really upset with myself. Honestly, I've never cried on camera.
No,
It's like an embarrassing feeling, but.
Yeah.
I guess it was gonna happen sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of stuff that you just keep in, and I don't know. It's like the fucking setting. It just make you want to cry in here. Like as soon as you get in here, it's just be like, let's have a cry party.
Yeah.
Like
you're right. When I was talking about my dad just now, I almost wanted to cry as well.
yeah, but because it's really sad, but it's like the norm.
Yeah.
Like to have somebody with the parents is just kind of cool. Like it's like a cool thing to see. I barely see it.
Yeah. And you just been through a lot. Like I think your story is phenomenal. You've been through a lot, and to see you prevailing through it, it's amazing. I want to talk about. I know in a previous interview, you were saying that, you take music serious. Let me make sure I quote you right. But you said you take music serious, and if it didn't work, you'll be disappointed. But that had me, my brain started running, and I'm like, you went to school, you graduated, you got your degree. So if you take music serious, I mean, if it didn't work, you're basically saying like you didn't have a plan B.
I didn't say
is
that.
that true? Or am I?
But did I say that?
I mean, you basically said if it didn't work, you didn't know what you would be doing. And that
in the interview or freestyle?
It was in an interview. It was in an interview you did. I think it was 3 years ago.
3
years
ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah, I don't feel the same way. I feel the same way about music though. I have a passion for music. So if I did anything else, I would probably be unhappy in whatever I'm doing because that's not what I want to do. I love music. I love performing. I love writing. I love rapping. Like everything that comes with it.
So it was plan A from the start.
Nah, it was like when I developed a passion for it and I found out that I was very talented and I could really make it, then that's when it became plan A.
Yeah.
I never really had a plan. I was just kind of lost because it was like I was in school, changed my major like 4 times, and it was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I didn't like anything. I didn't like the classes. I didn't like the students. I didn't like nobody. Like, I was just in school, get my degree, but I was never happy about it. I mean, I loved going to school. So that might sound a little crazy, but I loved going to school. But I really wanted to go to HBCU. So, yeah, it's just kind of like since I didn't want to leave my family and go to Howard, because that's where I wanted to go initially, I just chose Wayne State just to stay closer to home.
Yeah.
And
What statement were you trying to make with that? Because you got public health degree, right? That's your degree?
Yeah.
What statement were you trying to make with that?
Honestly, it was not a statement. It was just kind of like, well, this is the thing I like the most out of everything else, so fuck it. It's just like the thing that just didn't make me go to sleep. Like, it was just kind of like, all right, whatever. Like, you know, I excelled in everything that I did. I think I was finna fail one class one time, and I just like withdrew from it real quick. So I never. But I graduated with honors and stuff like that. But it just wasn't my passion. I always liked going to school, but to do that for the rest of my life and to work under somebody and just, it wasn't me. For real. I'm meant to be a star. I have tons of personality, tons of talent.
But I mean, let's go back real quick, because I do think in a way it is a statement, though, even though intentionally it wasn't. But now that you look at it, it kind of is, because it's like you're basically telling people, you know, you can do this. You know,
Well, with my college freestyle, that was the I was trying to prove family wrong when I started going to college because I just felt like I was judged so prematurely. So I'm just like, all right, I'm about to just shit on y'all and y'all kids. Like, I felt like every family member that talked shit about me, I was in competition with them and they kids. Like, okay, y'all talking shit, everybody fake. I was just really upset with certain people in my family. But even then, my entire life I've been on an honor roll for real. So it's kind of like school was destined for me. Like, I was gonna go to school regardless if anybody talks shit. But it just motivated me a little more. But once I started rapping, yeah, you could do both. Like, I feel like people, you could do both. Like, why do they put a cap on it, or everybody be flexing like, oh, I dropped out of school, da da da. Like, nah, man, we want the kids to go to school. Like, it's a lot of kids just getting killed and just getting into the wrong shit because they think it's sweet. I'm really trying to show them, and it's other rappers that have done it as well, and I really like that and I admire that. Like, you can go to school and still be that. You don't have to be in the streets to accomplish this look. Cause I still got the same respect. I still got the same street cred. I still got all that. Like, and people know I'm retarded in real life, but I'm smart too. So it's kind of like shit, you know?
I don't think you're retarded.
No, I don't think you get what that mean, but yeah.
I know what you mean. The street version.
Yeah,
of
that's
retarded.
what I'm saying. So it's kind of like, but that shit ain't cool though, cause I could, like, the stuff that I've done, like, I could have been dead. Like, that shit ain't really that sweet to be trying to flex about that. Like, I don't want the kids looking up to me to do that, to want to do what I'm doing.
Yeah. You know, I had this conversation with Cassidy. I don't know if you're familiar with Cassidy, the rapper. And a question I asked him was, does he feel responsible for some of the things or the actions that the kids are that they're doing in the hood? Because I feel like the rappers were kind of like pushing this message of, you know, thug life, of being gangster, and so the kids didn't understood that, you know, this is not real. Because one of my favorite lines is from the Locks, where they talked about how 90, I think it was 95 or 85% of hip hop is fabricated. So that changed my whole perspective on hip hop, because now this is entertainment. But some of the kids don't understand that, so that thin line where they think everything is real. So when these rappers are rapping about what they're doing and how they're killing this and this,
But you know what's so
it's like
crazy?
poisoning their mind. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
That's
I was
it.
just trying not to lose my train of thought.
Go ahead. Cook.
But I think back in the day, it was fabricated. But you notice a lot of rappers today are getting killed and getting shot and da da da. I don't think it's like too much fabrication going on. I feel like it still is. Obviously, people got a cap, but I think a lot of people is really rapping about what they do and how they living.
And that's my point. Is that generation influenced this whole new generation to actually be real in their music, when this is entertainment at the end of the day. I mean, you can be real, but there's some level of some things like that you can just twist just a little bit as storytelling.
Cause I'm not gonna lie. Like with me, I don't know. I just really, I'm happy that people look up to me, but I've never signed up to be nobody's role model. I never signed up for people to have their kids looking at me and wanting to be like me, because I'm one of those rappers who don't really like to rap cap. So I really know how to storytell, but I know how to rap about my life. And if I'm talking about I did this to a nigga or did this and this and that, I've even seen people tagging me like, yeah, I'm on my Pretty Brayah shit. And it's just kind of like,
Whoa.
I get to being like, oh, wait, hold on a minute. And I'm in a DM trying to preach like, nah, don't do that. And I get to telling them like bad shit that didn't happen to me. Like, you know, the stuff that I don't share with the public. I feel like that should be good to people until you gotta like reap the consequences of being that way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like we don't be signing up to be nobody's role model.
Yeah.
We just get the fame and the attention off of being our authentic selves, or some of us at least. And it's like nobody told your kids to watch us and try to do what we doing. Like you as a parent need to teach your kids, because the internet is gonna be flooded with bad influences.
Yeah, but are you conscious, even though it's not, excuse me, you didn't sign up to be a role model, but are you conscious when you do things, because you know regardless people are going to look at you as this figure, right?
They look at me as this figure, and I try my best to be better than what I was, and I feel like I am. Yeah. But again, I am still a person that's growing, still very young, still go to therapy. Mm-hmm. Like, I need another grown motherfucker to talk to me about my feelings. So it's just like, I be trying to be so authentic and raw, because it's like maybe some people might see me and be like, I want to be better than what she is. I like her music, but I want to be a better person than what she is. I try to push that the most. Like, I'm regular. Like, you feel me? I got real life problems. Like, I just make good music in the process. Like, you feel me? But it's just like, I'm a real person. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't really try to do like the whole rap cap thing. I have did some storytelling, like the 2 million freestyle I put on my Instagram, and the Sydney story that was completely fabricated. But then it's like other shit I rap about. They just be like, you know, this is my life.
This is your life, yeah. Speaking about music, you know, when T Grizzly came out and crowned you what he said. Let me get his words right, but he said the hardest female rapper in the Detroit. Mm-hmm. How do you wear that statement? Like,
I mean, you just let the people say. It's not really, like, of course, every rapper in Detroit pop they shit, like, I'm the hardest, I'm the hardest, I'm the hardest, but you really leave that up to the people. I feel like, I just been popping my normal shit. I'm pretty humble for the most part. Like, I don't just go around trying to be like, oh, I'm harder than you bitches, and every time, you know, like in some freestyles I do it, but I mean, it is what it is. Everybody gonna like who they like. So it's just like, I don't know. Yeah. I try not to trigger people, because people get really upset when they feel like, why her, not me? And I really ain't got time. Like, the way my anger set up, I don't want to have to slap you hoes. Like, I really just be trying not to get under people's skin and stuff like that. I just live my life how it is. Like, if y'all think I'm the hardest, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's rappers I think that it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some rappers that I think is hard. Motherfuckers be like, that bitch is trash, or this nigga is trash. Why are you listening to them? Mm-hmm. So I feel like his was just an opinion. The only people that really got offended about it is the people that feel insecure. Fake pages, probably female rappers who feel like it should have been them, or cousins of the female rappers, you know, why her, not her. Like, but it's like it's an opinion.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. It's a good conversation starter. But it's good to see that though, because I felt like for a while, and not just my opinion, but I know Royce the Five Now. He said this before. He said there was kind of a misunderstanding between, the younger generation Detroit rappers and the older
Yeah.
rappers. Like, did you ever feel that way coming from the D?
What up, though, y'all? This interview was raw. It was authentic. I love the setup. I'm happy that you guys had me. Just make sure y'all subscribe and ring that bell and just stay tuned.
So there's this big talk.
I get more love from all of like the Detroit legends, but the males. So I feel like it's not really a misunderstanding. I feel like the female rappers are pretty much divided, like from Detroit at least. They just posted one of my freestyles, and that's probably like the first female that actually, overall, honestly, a female that's bigger than me that showed me some love.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was happy about that.
Yeah.
But it's not really like they just like the guys. They steady calling like the legendary males from Detroit. Let's do this together. Let's do songs. Let's do a tape. Let's do this. Come to this event. Like they stay on my line, but I really have no connection with the females like that. I got one rap friend that's a female, and that's just pretty much it. Like everybody else, we cool and shit like that. But as far as like real close, it's kind of divided for real.
The friend you're talking about, is that the I don't
Vay.
know. Vay, yes.
Yeah.
Is that her? Okay. Y'all got that song out. Yeah, that's I want to stay right there though, because I do want to ask you, how are you gonna change that? Because, excuse me, I need to drink water. Excuse me. You said you were creating a blueprint, right? So, included in that blueprint, are you reaching out to the youngins coming up and putting your arms around them also?
Well, right now I'm trying to focus on my come up, but once I'm able to reach back and grab people, I will. But right now I don't think I'm even in a position to try to put somebody else on, and I'm trying to get on. Like, except for my friend, like we pretty much kind of like build off of each other's success and help each other. But I show love periodically to some of the females that I'm cool with. But as far as me just putting people on and trying to, it's like I'm just now, people don't even know who I am yet. So once I'm able to be that person, I will. Yeah. When I'm in those positions.
You think people don't know who you are?
I mean, no, they do, but as far as like, I'm not simple-minded. Like a couple people knowing me, like, nah, when I went to DJ Self yesterday, nobody in that room knew who I was, and we in New York, and this is
That's some old New York people.
But it don't matter. It's still like, it was some young people in the room though too. What? So it's like, when I'm walking in rooms and everybody like, oh, that's pretty Brayah, then we can be talking about something else. As far as me just, But of course, I'm going to definitely reach back and help the women or try to do as much as I can. But if the love ain't reciprocated, because I've taken note, it's a lot of upcoming women from my city that then bashed me because they feel like they should be in that position. No, I would not be reaching back and trying to help you. Fuck you. I actually have a screenshot saved, and I have a folder.
Oh, it's a specific... These are specific people.
No, yeah. Like, I have a folder for everybody, but it's not just the Detroit female rappers. Like, anybody that ever said something crazy, but they do something, like they either a videographer, whoever, it's like, they in my folder. And it's like, no, fuck you.
Wow.
So when I see you, like, I see people out and they don't even remember. They be like, what up, though? And I just be like,
I know, I remember. Damn, so you actually have a folder of people who hated on you?
Yes. But I don't do it for everybody. I don't do it for everybody. Obviously, not fans, fake pages, and trolls,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's people that's trying to be something
You
or
know you
even
gonna
got a
run
little
into them.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay,
Wow. I'm gonna see.
that's some salty ass shit, right? But it's
No, no,
like,
no, 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 no.
nah,
I like that. I like that
for
because
real.
because sometimes you got to talk your shit to some of the people that you know is talking
But
shit
it's
about
so
you, but you
crazy.
brush it off because you
Yeah,
try to be the
and
bigger
I ain't
person.
even saying nothing to none of
Yeah.
these people. I just screenshot and I keep it pushing because
That's
at the
it.
end of the day, I'm not gonna need you.
But when you are in a position where you feel like it's time, oh, it's time. You know who to clap back because your clap back got to be strategic. That's why I always like Jay-Z, right? Because Jay-Z, he'll put it in his back pocket and he'll come 5 years later and like address something like
No facts.
he
But
won't
you
talk
know,
about it.
I ain't gonna just address shit. It's like if you just bashing me one day, you want your moment and you just going crazy, and I had those receipts, then that's just what they're gonna be handy for. I ain't about to just be sitting around 5 years later like, you know what? Let me point out all the motherfuckers that talked about me 5 years ago. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like,
Yeah.
isn't that folder probably gonna be so fucking thick by then? Like, no. But I'm definitely just paying attention. So it's like it's a lot of upcoming female rappers that did it already. So it's kind of like when I reach back, who the fuck am I gonna reach to?
It's so interesting to hear you say that with women kind of running the music business right now. That's a
It's just why
wild
her,
thing
not me.
to
But it's
say.
not
Yeah.
just with me though. It's like with anybody that's successful or got notoriety or got a bigger following, they hate on everybody. And it's just like people really don't know how to clap till it's their turn. Like they be so fucking bitter when it's you and not them. But it's like, that's what am I doing? Like I done seen them say, oh, this rapper fucked her way to the top, or this rapper did this rapper. And it's like, okay, if she did all that, then why ain't none of this working for you? Why don't you try it then? Because you real mad about it. Like, let them do what they do. I just feel like they just be so focused on hating instead of trying to take notes and see what that person did to get to where they at. Which I want to be
I
hating.
saw a dude said one day, you know, I work at the radio station. I saw a dude called up to the radio station and he told Charlamagne, he said, I hate that is you. he said, I don't hate you. I just hate that it's you. I hate it's you in the position that you're in. Like I love the position you're in. I just hate you're the person in the position. So sometimes it's just people just hate that it's you winning. It's not the fact that they don't want other people to win or whoever the case it might be. It's just something about you that they don't like. Maybe it's a reflection of something that they hate about themselves that they see in you.
It gotta be, but I think I'm a little different. Like, a lot of people be like, oh, relationships and is everything, and they are, right? But see, me, one thing I'm not gonna do is allow people to feel like their status is gonna have me kissing any type of ass or just being the person that's like a lap dog or listening to anything they say. I really don't go for that shit. Like, and that's when they form their opinions about you, or because you're strong minded and you have a brain of your own. I feel like that intimidates a lot of people. Like I do care about my relationships, but the real ones love me. So it's just like they be using that relationship shit as an excuse to treat people a certain way. Like I'm here, but you need me. No, I don't. If I never spit another lyric, I would be okay. I would figure this shit out. Like I don't need anybody, but I'm happy and grateful for the relationships I do have. I have a lot of relationships, but I just feel like people just get that shit confused, and I think that intimidates the fans. See that type of shit. Like when I clap back at certain people or when I do certain stuff, the fans probably be like, "Oh, she da da da." Well, a lot of people like it. I ain't gonna lie, but the couple that don't, cause it's just like they're not used to seeing it.
The rapper Billy B. I don't know if you're familiar with Billy B. She was on a Don't Play with It
Yeah.
with Lola Brooke. She said the woman empowerment thing is fake. Like women just use that as like oh, I support women, but they really don't.
It's really kind of annoying though, cause it's like fake. It really is fake. It's like I'm not even gonna elaborate it on it too much, but yeah, it's fake. It's real fake. It's just like, I think people just try to form those relationships in case they need you later for some clout,
what she
feature,
said,
ride
yeah.
your wave, shit like that. Cause I did an all female cipher and I feel like it was so interesting. It was like four nice people.
Shout out to Gabe. That's my
Shout out to Gabe. Flat the fuck out. But it was just like four authentic people in there. And it was just like so weird because I'm walking in like a fan of a lot of these people because me and my homegirl was the only unsigned artist in there, or the only ones
Congratulations.
with the lowest buzz at least and everything. So it was just like that fake ass girl power wanting to see bitches win and da da da, like down to just the smallest shit. It's just really fake for real. It's very much divided.
Yeah, actually, I told Ryan this on the phone. Somebody sent me your freestyle. You're on the radar. That cipher.
Mm-hmm.
Someone sent me your individual freestyle. Like one of my friends. My friend's from Minnesota, by the way.
Period.
So that was dope. Like he sent it to not to me exactly, but to our group chat. He was like, "Yo, she snapped," and that's how I got tapped in with you. So
Well, I'm
just
happy
telling him
about
on
that,
the
and
phone,
shout
but-
out to Gabe for allowing me to get on his platform.
Yeah, that was a dope. That was a dope moment. But in the beginning, I asked you about like the word loyalty and how much it means to you. But go into details about that because you spoke about it before, like not just in interviews but in your songs a lot. What's the difference between loyalty and I guess love to you? Like, is there a difference? Do you see it?
The difference between loyalty and love, right? Some peeps are all about loyalty like it's their top priority. Cause you know, it's like this super solid thing you can count on. It's about sticking by someone's side no matter what, creating this safe and trustworthy vibe in relationships. It's like having this reliable beastie who's got your back through it all. But then there's love, and that can be a bit wild, you know. It's all about those crazy feels that you can go up and down. Sometimes it's all intense, sometimes it's passionate, and other times it's like, wait, where did it go? It's not always the most stable ride, you feel me? Still, loyalty is like this rock that keeps things steady. It's what builds these long-lasting connections. Whether you're talking about your squad or your work crew, it's about that sense of dependability that keeps things going strong. Love is important too. It's what adds that extra spice and magic to make things super meaningful. Both loyalty and love bring their own special sauce to the table for sure. I want to hear from y'all though. What do you think is important, loyalty or love? Let's get back to Brayah.
Well, I don't really see it as a difference because, well, I never really sat down and thought about the two words and like separated them because if you love me, you loyal to me. But at the same time, those two can be different because, for instance, a male, he can love you, but he still cheat on you. So it's like he's not loyal to you, but he still love you. You get what I'm saying? But when I think about loyalty, even if you cheat on me, like that ain't even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just not sliming me out, not linking up with my enemies, not telling my business, not doing me dirty, putting me in positions to fail. Like, you know, like just being a loyal person, sticking to your word and just honoring it, just being good to the person. I feel like loyalty just kind of deep to me because I ride for anybody I love or anybody that I'm around me. Like if you're around me, then I have some type of loyalty to you. Like even down to, for instance, my cameraman. If he don't fuck with a certain artist, I'm probably not gonna do a song with them. And we ain't the best of friends, but we developed a relationship. He's always around me, so I have a sense of loyalty for him. Do it make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's like, I don't even want to put the term ride or die, but I mean, we can use that. It's kind of like that, right? It's like you're either riding with me or you're dying.
Yeah, not dying literally, but you damn near should be. Like,
Yeah.
for real, for real. I just feel like just be loyal. I mean, everybody ain't built off the same principles, though. So, especially with this rap shit, like,
Yeah,
I don't
you can't
know.
expect you in other people, right?
You can't, and I think that's why I have to, well, I just recently had to learn to take my emotions out the music because everybody is really in it for themselves, for real. But I'm looking at it like you might have seen me say this before, but if you fuck with me, I'm looking at you like gang. Like I don't really know how to separate the business from the personal, and that's why I have a manager now to do all that because it's just like I get attached to people too quick. I damn near feel like we locked in off 3 text messages. Like, yeah, we gang.
Has that been something that's dangerous for you so far? Or
It's
you
very
noticed? Yeah.
dangerous because I've invested my feelings into people that I thought was gang and they really ain't gang. They coworkers. They opportunists.
Wow.
They for themselves.
When do you get to know the difference?
I think when you go through some real shit and you see how everybody play their cards, that's how you know. Or even if you're talking to somebody and they know how you feel about certain things, but they're doing whatever they need to do for their own self gain, then you know the difference. You know who with you and who ain't.
Are you at a position where you feel like you can tell that from the start, or does that come with
You can't
time?
tell it from the start.
Yeah.
But see, me, I'm like, I get attached too quick because I always take people as being genuine from when I first talk to them.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a little paranoid about people, it's either I'm clinging towards you or I'm distant. It's never really in between for real. So I can't really tell, but that's why I'm not really even trying to just talk to people no more for real.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's strictly like business now. You're
no,
not-
like people be cool though. You feel me? Like I want to be cool, and I'm learning to be cordial to people.
Okay.
I guess the part I'm having a problem with is the being fake part. Like you have to be fake in this business, but it's just like I
Wow.
feel so uncomfortable.
Hold on. Go back. I'm crossing my legs now.
Is it getting juicy?
No, but that's some real. I've never thought about it like that. You said you have to be fake in this business.
Right.
Why do you feel like that?
Well, it's just like these relationships that people speak of.
Yeah.
You don't want to burn bridges with everybody, and you don't want people to feel like when they get in them rooms they ain't got nothing good to say about you, or they try to say something bad about you. So you be fake. It's just like, hey girl, hey bro. You know that bro and sister. Oh my God, that's the key word for fake. As soon as they call you bro, like you sis, you know damn well they want something that is fake.
Yeah.
I don't think I even call, like I might call my close people, but I don't call people just bro and sis.
Yo, somebody said, I don't know if this applied to this situation, and you can tell me if I'm tripping or not, but I remember Lil Duval said one day that people literally have pictures of you on their phone just waiting for you to die so they can post it and be like, oh, I was with this person.
No.
But that's how fake. I think he was trying to illustrate just how
No
fake people
facts.
are. Like, they just waiting. As soon as you die, it's like,
I seen
was
a
with this
tweet like
person, I
that
was
talking
with this
about some
person.
me taking pictures with everybody I link up with in case they die.
That's crazy. Like, that's the world we live in now, right?
And the world we live in is so fucking weird. Like, I'm not gonna lie, anybody that screenshots your messages after you die and post them,
Wow, that's sick.
not the people that's gang with the people,
Yeah.
but motherfuckers that you never seen this person with, be like, oh my God, he just wrote me last week. It's so cringe to me. It's just like everybody just want a part of something, even if it's riding a wave of a dead person.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so weird.
Man, let's pivot. We can go all day on that topic, but I do want to talk about something that I noticed on. It's a throwback, but I heard you talk about it. You didn't go too much in depth with it, but the My Body record, which phenomenal record by the way.
Period. Thank you.
I will say this, and you can say I'm hating. I ain't like the dude's verse, man.
Come on, don't do my mans like
I
that.
ain't like the dude's verse, but
He
I
made
gotta
it
do
for
him like that.
women. You ain't got no pussy that he trying to TikTok and pop like a cork.
Oh, okay. Now I see the perspective. Because I was trying to, like, yo, what was, you know what I mean? Okay.
But you got to think about it. I'm talking to the niggas and he
Yeah.
talking to the hoes. Like, you
So
shouldn't
he's
like
not
it.
talking to me. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, I'm glad you clarified that because I wanted to ask you who exactly were you talking to, because it sounded like you were talking to both. Like, to me, it was like you were talking to women. But when I played it for my
I
homeboy,
did.
he said
Yeah.
you were talking to...
No, for real. It was like the song was basically me trying to school the girls. Like when I said, first you got to kiss them on the neck, then you rub.
We don't got to go through the lyrics. I know that. This is PG-13.
PG-13. I'm about to say, nigga, we been cussing. You got a lot of shit to edit up. No, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, I was talking to women.
All right, so what? When I played that record from my boy, I literally played that for my boy, and he told me to ask, do you feel like you're a sex expert? And if you do, how are you coaching your partners on how to pleasure you right?
I don't think I'm a sex expert. I think I'm good at it.
You said before that you're not a hoe. You just slept with the same amount of people, right? Like,
well, yeah, but it's
multiple
just
times.
like, even if I was a hoe, what the fuck does that matter? We grown. Like, I hate when people just try to figure out how many people you slept with. Like, am I lying to you? Am I telling you the truth? Like, why does it matter? You still gonna want to fuck anyway. But I feel like back to your question, you asked me, do I feel like I'm an expert? And what else?
He said, do you feel like you're a sex expert, and how do you coach the person that you're with?
I literally tell them, like, if it's not given, like, if it's the strokes feel weird or the licking or whatever, like, I be like, do this. Like, I make it sexy. I don't just be weird, like, hey, no, nigga, that ain't it. Like, no. It's, like, sexy. Like, I think I'm a sexy person.
Yeah, I remember a girl I was with. I'll say her name. We can bleep whatever. Kendra. I remember she.
You want to say her name so bad.
I did. She's in a relationship, and
No,
I
you
hate the
tryna-
person
oh my
that she's
God.
with. I hate the dude
Lord,
that she's with.
she about to see this and put you right in the damn group chat.
Yeah,
Kendra, girl,
she
you got
is.
that nigga.
Definitely bleep it. I don't want to. No. But the girl that I used to be with, I remember this was like my first experience. And I remember I thought I was the man at oral sex. I remember she literally was like,
Moved your
stop.
fucking head.
Yeah, she was like, stop. And we sat on the edge of the bed and we watched porn. And she was like,
That's so embarrassing.
look at how he's doing.
Wait, that's so
and
embarrassing.
try to like model that. But because she did that to me,
Say you the throat go? Nah. I wouldn't say throat go. Wait,
No,
that wasn't
throat
right.
goes wild. But because I just actually, side note, I just found out about a dude yesterday who apparently is a throat goat.
Throat goat.
Yes, he's a gay man and apparently he's a throat goat.
Okay, but
I don't want to talk about that.
I'm I'm LGBTQ too. I'm bisexual.
Yes, you are.
But okay, yeah.
Yes. See, so I was saying that to say that was my experience with coaching. Like, and it's always the women who are not afraid to like speak up and say, "This is not."
No facts, because the nigga just they don't care. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, but see, one thing about it, and two things for sure. I feel like if I'm having sex, I'm finna get something out of it. Like a lot of bitches just be having sex to please a guy. Like no, it's kind of like it's about me. So you're gonna know what I like. I'm not about to keep wasting my damn time.
Mm-hmm. That song and just your catalog in particular, like you're very explicit with what you say. You don't shy away from biting your tongue. Like, do you ever fear or worry that people might reference some of the lyrics that you say to whoever you're dating or whoever you're
Of course, I
with?
made a song called "I Lied," and it was about niggas with little dicks, and we had like Vienna sausages in the video and waving them in the camera. Everybody felt like it was about my man at the time, and he was so annoyed. He was making posts like, "That song is not about me," da, da, da. And I mean, it's just what fans gonna do. I mean, they're gonna pin somebody. Like, I can make a freestyle right now and just be like, all these bitches mad. It's gonna be them tagging about 15 bitches and saying this about them. So it's not really a worry thing for me because it's kind of like, well, they're gonna do that anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, a side note, shout out to everybody with little dicks. I just wanna put that out there. We gonna do
No shouts out to y'all. I actually feel like they have surgeries now. So I heard this yesterday.
And be comfortable with what God give you, brothers.
Just go ahead and fix it. So I'm just playing.
Aside from that, though, I like a lot of people. It seems like a lot of artists are kind of adapting. And me and my cameraman Ace, we talked about this a little before y'all came in here. But it seems like a lot of artists are adapting, the Detroit sound and that flow. Like, what do you think about that?
I like it.
And they're not from Detroit, is what I'm saying.
I like it. The only thing I would say is it ain't really no homage being paid. Like, it's just not them. Like, they would get more respect with doing it if they featured a Detroit artist on the song or something. Like, they kind of just running with the sauce, running with the flow, the style, and just kind of like trying to make it their own. But you would really get more credit if you actually put a real Detroit artist on there.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes offensive. It really kind of depends on like the scenario. So it's just like really depends on the artist and what they did with the song. But at the end of the day, shout out to them. But it just shows like people don't really want to see nobody from the city win because we been had that sound. We got so many underrated rappers, so many lit people, but it's just like somebody else do it, they gassing it.
Is it they don't want to see you win, or is it they admire the sound and they're just trying to,
No, I'm
be a
talking.
part of the
I'm
wave?
talking about whoever make these songs blow up. Like it's like we have a lot of dope ass rappers that's really good with our sound. So it's kind
Oh,
of like,
okay.
why is it better when this person uses our sound versus
Yeah.
somebody really from the city?
Okay, no, that's a great point because I was looking at it from, I guess I'm an outsider, so I can't really tell a Detroit person how to feel about it. But I was looking at it more as like an admiration thing. It's like, oh, this person is trying to be like a Detroit artist because y'all are popping right now. That sound is it. That flow is it. That's what people want to hear. So that's the perspective that I'm looking at it at, and you're looking at it as
But they ain't paying no homage.
boom. That's right.
It's just like it ain't no homage being paid, and it's like when they do come fucking with people, it's usually the males from the city. It's not really none of the females either. So it's just kind of like another thing that we just be looking like, what's T? Like, you feel me?
I just got a couple questions for you before I let you go. I guess the other question I have for you is just, in the beginning I mentioned, the service act that your mom was doing, and I wanted to know like what, you see your mom. I always say we have a purpose on this earth, right? And I feel like a lot of our purpose is just to provide service. That's why when my stepdad said that, I was like, oh shoot, because it's kind of how I was thinking before, like our purpose on this earth is to help other people.
Right.
What would you say your purpose is? Or have you even thought about
I
that?
don't know. I think God has gifted me with the ability to be the voice. It's the reason why I don't have ghostwriters. It's the reason why I went through the upbringing that I went through. And it's the reason why I'm getting into stardom. So I feel like the industry need me. That's damn near how I feel like, and I mean that in the most humble way as possible. It's like it's a lot of flashy women. It's a lot of pussy throwing and all this going on, but it's not really a lot of people to talk about that real shit that people go through. And obviously that type of shit ain't getting played in clubs and TikTok and all that, but it's still needed. Like people still get in those days where they just feeling like they want to end it all, or they don't feel like they can overcome their situation, and they need to hear real music to uplift them. And I just feel like that might be my purpose.
Yeah, you're really big on penmanship. Like you talk about that a lot.
Because it's just like, it's kind of offensive to me. Like, I understand, and I'm not opposed to having somebody come in. Like, if they got some fire and it's gonna help my brand, we can collaborate. But in the past, people have showed me records and it sound like this rapper, and it's trash to me, and I didn't like it. So it's like, why would I use what you writing and what I'm coming up with is better? But I feel like it's offensive when a person know they don't write their music. There's a lot of people that don't write their music, especially in Detroit. And it's like offensive when you just popping shit like I'm the hardest, or I'm better than y'all, and da-da-da. It's like you got to really humble yourself, because you can't even write a music. You can't even write a lyric. So I find it offensive, because it's like, I don't know if that's like, am I jealous because they don't write their music? Because it's like, damn, y'all ain't working hard, but like, why am I mad? So I need to check myself about that for real. But it's just still at the same time, it's just like, we really work hard on writing music. It's not that easy, especially if you lyrical. So to come up with those metaphors and spend all that time and then people just getting handed songs and then popping shit like, yeah, I'm shitting on you hoes, I write better than y'all. It's just like a slap in the face for people who really take their craft serious.
Yeah, there shouldn't be no shame in getting help though, right?
No, I mean, it's not even shame. I just feel like I've seen people pop that shit like,
Okay.
I'm the best, I'm this and that, and I'm shitting on you hoes. And it's like, you cannot write music. I done heard your reference. Like, I done heard what y'all be doing, and it's not, you ain't none of this come from you. It's not even like motherfuckers got help. Motherfuckers is getting full songs. And I understand like that's the norm, but let's highlight the people that really can rap. That's what rap is, right? Like, let's highlight the people that can really rap.
Wow.
So I feel like I don't be trying to put other women down, but when you coming out saying you harder than me and you ain't writing shit, and I know I'm a real rapper and I put a lot of time and effort into my craft, yeah, I'm gonna pop it.
Pop it,
Yeah, bitch, you don't even rap.
All right. So the last question that I have for you. Oh, by the way, the Midwest single. I'm glad you put that out. I'm from the Midwest, so.
Period. Where you from?
I'm from Minnesota.
Okay, period.
You heard of Minnesota?
I've heard of Minnesota.
Okay. 'Cause every time I say that, people try to play me like I don't know what Minnesota.
What?
Like we not the greatest state on earth. Like they try to play me. Yo.
Not too much.
All right. I mean, you know, it's where I'm from, so I gotta rep it. You know. But yeah. So shout out to you for putting that out there. But my final question to you, I ask everyone this. My last question to you is, who would you like to see me sit down with? But before you answer that, the trick is, whoever that you choose, you have to help me get them on the show.
The trick is this. If I pick somebody and they reach back to me and I name them,
Mm-hmm.
they get on the motherfucking song. Then they get on the show. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna be sitting there trying to get them on your show. The first thing I'm gonna be thinking about is getting them on my song. So to go back to which, I'm sorry, I just had to tell you that because it's like,
Yo, you're the first one that said that.
because people be lying. Like, what the fuck is you lying for?
I respect real.
Because I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm give you the referral, but I need them to do this feature. That's gonna be much harder than getting them on this song. Actually,
it don't matter who it could be. John from down the street. It don't matter who it is. It's just whoever you say, you have to help me get them on the show.
Well, honestly, I like people with personality. So let me think. You gotta interview Tokyo Vanity. Wait, is that her name?
Tokyo Vanity.
Black China Mama.
Tokyo Vanity.
Tokyo Tony. Oh shit.
Tokyo Tony.
I did not mean to get that lady's name wrong. But what I'm saying is she's an interesting person to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she would be great for an interview. Because I just like people that's interesting. Like, everything about her interests me. Like, just her relationship with her child.
A lot of people say, like, rappers. I mean, I had an A&R, and he said another A&R. But a lot of the artists, they say rappers. But it's interesting to hear you say.
I mean, when you do a podcast, if this was my podcast, I don't give a fuck what your status is as a rapper, as whoever. You need to have personality. You need to be authentic. Boom. You want to get shit that people want to see. Yep. That's a person that
you have to have a story too.
I'm just very interested in. Or even Black China. You get what I'm saying? Like, either one of them. I just think they both are like on two separate paths, but they are both interesting. I see little clips from TikTok and stuff like that, but everything is interesting about them to me.
All right. So what's her name again? Tokyo?
You've never seen her?
I've never seen her, but I'm going to
go
look
on
her
TikTok,
up now.
Scroll down 3 times. I promise
you're
going to hear one of her voice memos.
I got you. I'm tapped in right now. I'm tapped in, and then...
or get Black China. You know, she's on her new mission. Like, she got her stuff removed.
Yeah.
Find a God and stuff.
Yes. We don't need God.
But the mama, she's interesting.
So get Black China's mom on the show.
I think that would be a good one.
All right. I like it. We're going to make it happen. I like it. All right. So, obviously your camera's right there. You can kind of do the generic stuff and give out the social media.
Listen, we're about to get out of here, but y'all know my name is Pretty Brayah, PrettyBrayah. You can follow me on all social media platforms.
All right, until next time, peace.